I'm Lacey. Welcome back. Today I've got both of my girls with me and we are going to make one of our favorite pumpkin oatmeal bakes. Our family makes this regularly and I love adding in pumpkin and pumpkin pie spice for the fall season. So I thought I would share it so you can enjoy it with your family this fall as well. I see a lot of raisins are going to be stolen before we get going. So, you girls are ready? So to get started, we are going to start with, let's start with the Greek yogurt. Can you dump that in there? Here, you hold the bowl for mommy. Okay, can you hold it? Use your other hand. There you go. Okay, let me scrape it out. Here, hold it over there. It's going to be interesting. We do bake together quite a bit. So next, we're going to put in the pumpkin. Can you take the scraper? Here, you take the scraper and see if you can scrape off the pumpkin. Like this, like scrape it out of the bowl. Good job, that's perfect. There you go. Just like that, okay. So it's a cup of Greek yogurt and then half a cup of pumpkin, and then we have 1/4 of a cup of melted coconut oil, but I try to like melt it before I get all of my other ingredients together, and that way it's kind of cooled, but it's not hardened back yet. I think I have a lot of raisin thieves with me today. So we're gonna mix that together. I actually don't make this recipe in my mixer. I think it's just super easy to mix it by hand. Okay, let's see if we can crack these eggs. See how good mom is with one hand. Oh, sometimes I can do that, sometimes I can't. Let's see. Okay, I see 2 pieces of shell. 1, 2, we're good to go. All good. Oh, we're getting like the real version of baking with kids today and stuff. It just happens. Okay, London, you want to stir that up? Okay, while she's stirring that, so I have 3 cups of oats and I'm gonna add in my baking spices. So I've got 2 tablespoons or 2 teaspoons of baking soda. No, baking powder, okay? I always get those confused, they do different things. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm gonna mix that in here with the oats, and then I've got a teaspoon of cinnamon and then 1/2 of a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and then I've got a teaspoon of salt as well. So let me grab a fork. And I just like to mix the dry ingredients together so they're incorporated well. We have maple syrup from Minnesota. We actually got it when we were visiting my in-laws. We got to go ride horses at a friend of theirs, and they make their own homemade maple syrup. So we got it in this really cool glass jar, and we have really enjoyed getting to have it in our kitchen. So I'm gonna do 1/2 a cup of maple syrup. You can also do honey. I just like maple syrup, especially with little ones, because little babies under a year can't have honey. I try to just not make with it as much in this season, in case we end up sharing this with a friend or something, for like if a friend comes over for a play date or something. That way we can make sure it's good. Okay, London, you ready? We're gonna incorporate this in here. Hey, you are just being a raisin thief. These have to go into our oatmeal bake, okay? Here, can you dump this? Here we go. You just need mommy to help you a little bit. Well, can you stir this in for mommy? Here, stir it up. Good job. You're doing a great job.
I'm doing this.
Yeah, keep going. You're doing really well. Do you need some help? Okay. Stir, stir, stir. There we go. We're getting a good consistency. With pumpkin, it will add a lot of moisture to your recipe, so I try to cut back on the oil, and then I actually typically would use milk with this recipe, but I decided to do Greek yogurt because it's a little bit thicker, yet it'll still have that dairy component to it, and I think it's going to give us just the right consistency. So I went ahead and cut some parchment paper for my pan, and I put mine in like any kind of square pan that you have, 8x8, 9x9, whichever you have. Okay, can you dump the raisins? Here, one last raisin for everyone. Oh, Hallie's getting her own. Okay, you ready to dump them? I didn't know everyone was gonna eat the raisins when we decided to do this little project. Can you dump them? Okay, I'm gonna dump them, okay? You ready? Okay, now let's mix them up. Do you like raisins? Daddy loves raisins, doesn't he? Okay. Okay, now we're ready to dump this into our baking dish, and then I'm gonna bake this at 350 for about 35 to 40 minutes until the edges start getting golden brown.